Tonight on CTV News at 5.
We found them on her eyelids before. So, like, you know, you really just, you can't take it for granted, especially a day out.
Time for some TikTok. A reminder to protect yourself and your loved ones from the tiny biters.
The hockey season always signals the start of the golf season.
And trading rinks for links. A Nova Scotia golf course invites heartbroken Leafs fans to take a swing.
For any courses open in the region tomorrow, it would be a decent day for some spring golf.
Live from the Maritimers News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Peno-Palace. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, tick tactics. They never really go away, but this time of year, tick activity, well, it ramps up. A small bite from one of the tiny hitchhikers can lead to big issues for you and your pets. As temperatures rise and Maritimers start to spend more time outdoors, CTV's Stephanie Seacos joins us with some timely advice. Hi, Steph.
Hi, Maria. If you've noticed more ticks already this season, well, you're not alone. But there are simple ways to protect yourself and your family. After a long, cold and snowy winter, Maritimers are trying to make the most of spring.
It's awesome. We're out here earlier, but so is she, and she's in the thick of it. So all those ticks that are waiting to be bred are just ready. So we started the medication a lot earlier than usual.
While the warmer weather is welcome, it also means ticks are more active.
We get home and I just do a little belly rub and see if I can find any, because they like to get on all the nooks and crannies, right?
As it turns out, this spring is already off to a particularly bad start.
This is an early and very rapid start to our tick season. There are a few things that feed into that. One is that what ticks really like is cool, damp weather.
According to the most recent data, Nova Scotia accounted for nearly half of the Lyme disease cases in Canada with 2,350. There were 111 cases in New Brunswick and 4 on Prince Edward Island. But Lyme disease isn't the only concern when it comes to ticks.
There's an increasing number of ticks that are infected with another bacterial pathogen called anaplasma, and it causes an absolutely horrendous disease, anaplasmosis, that basically attacks the blood cells and the blood vessels.
While the thought of tick-borne illnesses can be scary, there are ways to protect yourself.
When you've been out in the long grass, or short grass even, forest, check yourself afterwards. Use repellent sprays. That's a useful tool.
A good reminder for dog owners to be cautious.
I use preventive medicine all year long now because I just don't want to take a chance.
While tick season is technically year-round in Nova Scotia due to our climate, the majority of cases of Lyme disease here and across the country are reported between June and August. Maria.
So we haven't even hit the high season yet. Thank you, Stephanie. CTV Stephanie Seacos for us in the news center this evening. All right, let's head over to the anchor desk on this Friday evening to see what Todd Battis has been working on today. Hi, Todd.
Hi there, Maria. This is a nice thing to report. When was the last time we were able to say there's some optimism at the pumps? Well, today prices went down in PEI in New Brunswick, and motorists everywhere are looking ahead to the federal excise tax being paused Monday. Plus, word now that the Strait of Hormuz has reopened and tankers are moving again in that area. It all has economists and motorists feeling, well, rather hopeful. We will hear from them at 6 o'clock. This, on the other hand, busy at the best of times. Halifax's McDonald Bridge will be closed to vehicles, bikes, even pedestrians this weekend. The oldest of the two harbor spans is undergoing a second phase of maintenance to extend its life, but motorists a little suspect of the timing as it comes with a couple of big sporting events on the Halifax side on Saturday. We'll get a live report. Not exactly the way you want to start off your morning, fishing garbage out of the water, but that's exactly what one police officer in Cape Breton did. Someone threw bags of trash over the side of a bridge. Now the search is on for the culprit. It comes at a time when there's a lot of litter laying around after the snow melt. We'll take a look in your newscast. Let's take a look at the weather now. Kaylin, you were saying it would be a decent day for golf tomorrow. Would have been a decent day in a lot of places today to get out on the links.
That is very true, especially for the province of New Brunswick. We have a gradual clearing trend that's been progressing across the Maritimes as we've gone through the day. That trend began first in the province of New Brunswick, so they turned over to some very sunny conditions in the afternoon, allowing temperatures to rise and become quite warm for a number of areas, including some of those high temperatures reaching up towards the high teens. 19 right now around Doketown and Fredericton, 20 degrees at St. Stephen in the southwest of New Brunswick. Even along the Bay of Fundy coastline, temperatures mostly between 14 and 17. Now for Prince Edward Island, areas of Nova Scotia, the cloud cover has hung on as we've gone into the afternoon. It is starting to break up. It is starting to clear out, just not clearing as quickly as New Brunswick did. So temperatures there, in a lot of cases, a little bit cooler. Between 7 and 10 degrees right now for a good portion of Prince Edward Island. And for Nova Scotia, a lot of the temperatures at the moment, high single digits and low teens, so cooler for some areas, including some coastal locations and some spots in the east, including near Shetty Camp, currently sitting at 2 degrees. Taking a look at the winds, they're mostly out of the north, and they're being sustained in a lot of cases between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. We are getting a few gusts reported between 20 and 30 kilometers per hour. Over on radar and satellite, there's the back edge of that cloud cover. There's going to be a few clouds around for tonight. There'll be some fog patches developing, but decent amount of sunshine in the forecast to get the weekend started. And more on that when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
That's some great news. Thank you, Kaylin. We will see you in just a little bit. Right now, though, a Nova Scotia woman is getting her life back following surgery at the QE2. And as CTV's Suzette Belliveau shows us, she and her doctors say donor support make a world-class difference in patient care.
Denise Smith is grateful to be moving forward following 2 surgeries.
I'm feeling great, and I'm looking forward to, in 2026, being able to fully use my limbs and joints the way that they are expected to do.
Denise had both of her knees replaced at the QE2 Health Sciences Center last year.
The weakness in my knees and the instability have had a great effect on my life.
Your ability to sleep, to get around, to do the activities you like to do. It also leads to a lot of pain, difficulty with coping with the pain.
Dr. Michael Dunbar used the donor-funded orthopedic robot to assist with Denise's surgeries.
The orthopedic robot, the Mako, in the case of the one I'm using, has been a game changer in that it's probably the most exciting and most profound breakthrough in technology in my career.
Dr. Dunbar says the new technology aids in precision, a tailor-made approach to each individual's unique needs.
If you were to leave a garage with a simple analogy of a car tire, you would want that car tire to align perfectly, because if it's not, then the tire may wear prematurely. And it's not unlike that with knee surgery, in that we want to hit the absolute right alignment target for the patient so that that knee then lasts longer. And that's what the data is emerging to start to say.
I had great results with both surgeries. I remember after I had when I had my first post-op checkup on the first knee, Dr. Dunbar asked me when might I be ready to do the next one, and I asked him what he was doing tomorrow.
Both Denise and Dr. Dunbar say they're grateful to everyone who supports the QE2 Foundation.
So we're punching way above our weight. We're actually making significant contributions not only to patient care but research and advancing the field. And it's allowing us to stay here and play in the big sandbox internationally. You know, and that's all because of the donors.
I am grateful that donors would fund this. I'm grateful that the hospital would choose to identify this as a fundraising goal, and I think it only will impact patient care for the better.
Coming together to help transform care for Nova Scotians. Suzette Belliveau, CTV News, Halifax.
Oh, it's so nice to see Denise doing so well, and thank you to Suzette for that story. By the way, a reminder, the QE2 Home Lottery Early Bird Prize deadline is midnight tonight. For more information, visit the link section of our website, ctvatlantic.ca. Okay, it's time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. But when we return, the Thunderbirds are in our hot tub. How are they feeling before tomorrow's do or die game? Well, we'll ask them. Plus, find out how to win this $30,000 hot tub. CTV News at 5. We'll be right back. Welcome back to CTV News at 5. It is our final day to have a guest or guests in the hot tub. And tonight, we've got some fan favorites from the Halifax Thunderbirds joining us, Clark Peterson and Colton Armstrong. Thank you for being here, you guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us.
Well, so how's the water?
It's so hot. It's great. It's just good to get the muscles relaxed before the game.
Absolutely. And you've got a big game coming up tomorrow. If you guys win, you move on. If you don't, let's not talk about it. How's the pressure? How are you feeling?
There's no pressure, really. I think that we're in a position that we want to be. We got our home fans behind us for the final game of the season to get us into the playoffs, so we're just excited and looking forward to it.
Good stuff. Cool as a cucumber. How about you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like pretty much a playoff home game for us. We're ready to go. We practice on Wednesday in Six Nations, so we're ready to bring it Saturday and keep moving on.
We're ready to watch you too. You talked about the fans. It's also Fan Appreciation Night tomorrow night. It's, and you've had amazing attendance this year, 10,000 people at a time coming to watch. What does that do for you as a player?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The support's been there basically since day one for us, and we feel like we're growing every year, but we love having the fans behind us. It really gives us a lot of momentum, and when we score a goal and get the fans on their feet, get the crowd into it, it brings a lot of energy. And if you're feeling a little bit gassed on the floor, that's just like that extra push when you need it the most, and it's been unbelievable.
A ton of young fans too, and you guys have been running some camps for them, and there's this new resurgence of interest in lacrosse for kids in the Maritimes or in Halifax specifically. How does that make you feel?
It's awesome. Like, me and Clark are doing a lot of school programs. Kids that don't even know what lacrosse is, we give them the stick for the first time, and they get really interested. At first, they're frustrated, but by the end of it, they're really they're in love with it. They want to know how to play, what time the game's at, and they always want to come. So it's really cool to see the kids that don't know what lacrosse is, but now they know what it is, and hopefully they can come to the Thunderbirds game.
Big growth over the last 5 years. You've been in Halifax for 3. What have you seen as a change?
Yeah, I've seen just a ton of enrollment going up, and as Colton mentioned, it's really cool when we go to a school and then, after the game, we'll see kids on the glass how was that? You were at my school on Thursday, and now I'm here at the game. That's really huge for us, and it's really cool to see the impact that we're having, and I think that the team's had a huge impact in growing the sport, getting interest, getting eyes on it as well, and it's awesome to see it taking off.
Let's talk a little bit about the game tomorrow night. The last time you guys beat Ottawa, do you think they're going to be tougher to beat this time? Who wants to field this one?
I'll take it. Yeah, it's always tough to beat a team twice in a year, right? But we did it in Ottawa. We played a pretty solid game, and at home we're always a little bit more comfortable, right? Because as you mentioned, the fan support, it's our home floor. We got to defend our home floor, so we're treating it, like Colton said, as the first round of the playoffs for us, because it's do or die, and we couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and you've got an extra player on the floor with you there, with those fans cheering for you. Okay, pre-game rituals. What are you going to do over the next 24 hours to prepare?
Have a nice dinner tonight. Obviously wake up, go shoot around, have team lunch with the guys.
What are you going to eat?
Tonight, just probably some nice chicken Alfredo maybe. But yeah, lunch, we don't know. We kind of, when we get there, we get there. It's hopefully some chicken and some rice, but we don't know until we get there.
Excellent. All right. And what does the hot tub do for you? You think it'll help with the pregame?
Absolutely. A lot of guys, when we get to the hotel, they'll go to the hot tub right away. So we're in here a little bit early right now, and it's been great. Get the legs loosened up, ready to run, and we're happy for it.
Excellent. We'll do what the pros do, right? If you want to loosen up, I'll tell you how you can win this hot tub. This is all you need to know. CTV and Arctic Spas want to give you the chance to hop into a hot tub of your very own. One lucky viewer will take home a Yukon hot tub package valued at $31,000, featuring 2 pumps, 40 massage jets, a weather shield cover, a cover lifter, and a Spa Boy saltwater system. To enter, head to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the prompts or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per day until Saturday, April the 18th, and that is tomorrow, so time is running out. Do it now. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Have fun tomorrow, and go Thunderbirds, go.
Yeah, go Thunderbirds. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Here's Caitlin.
Well, there's certainly some good hot tub weather in the weekend forecast. But before we get to that, let's take a look at a little wildlife video. We're going to Lower Sackville for today, and look at all the deer out there grazing. When I come back, we'll talk more details about the weekend, which does include a very fair weather start, but then followed by the return of some rain and showers. More on that after the break.
Welcome back. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again. Kaylin, We're getting closer to nicer weather. The week has gotten progressively better, I have to admit that, but we want some heavy sunshine.
Yeah, well, it's nice that we have a little bit of a break coming up in this sort of somewhat soggy weather pattern that we've gotten into over the last couple of days. I should point out, though, it's not a bad thing for us to be getting rain this time of the year. We do not want to get too dry too quickly, and there are still parts of the Maritimes that could use some more wet weather. I know there was a lot of snow over the winter for some areas, but other locations finished a bit below the climate average for the amount of precipitation expected over the winter season. We're just taking a look at our sunrise and sunset times there. So we took a look at St. George Street in Moncton. Taking a look right now on our weather systems map, barometric pressure really hasn't moved all that much over the past couple of days. We are now in behind a couple of weak low pressure systems in a weather front, and in behind that it's this ridge of high pressure that's building in from the north. It's been giving us the clearing trend, especially for the province of New Brunswick today, with a clearing trend that will continue into Saturday, into the start of the weekend. Very fair weather day in the forecast for Saturday. Now, in behind that, arriving for Sunday, is the weather front with this low pressure system making its way through the Midwestern United States, and that is going to return rain and showers to the Maritimes. So taking a look at things on radar right now, speaking of some rain and some showers, what's left of the wet weather along that front is now mostly just off the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, though it does look like there could still be maybe a little bit of a shower just coming in towards the Shelburne area. If there is, it's going to be coming to an end over the next hour or two. After that, as we take a look at our forecast timeline, well, some cloud covers clearing off towards the east. During the night tonight, there is expected to be some fog patches that develop and maybe a little bit of low cloud cover as well. So for the start of the day on Saturday, I do expect there to be some cloudiness around, as well as some patchy fog, but the cloud cover will be breaking up and the fog patches dissipating as we move from the morning into the afternoon. And Saturday afternoon around the Maritimes will be mostly sunny or with a very fair weather mix of sun and cloud. Now, winds in the forecast for tonight become a little bit northeasterly by the time we get to around midnight, sustained between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. And then tomorrow's winds out of the southeast. And they're going to be sustained, mostly between 20 and 30 kilometers per hour, but a little bit gustier for a few areas, especially up and down the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, where some of the peak wind gusts by Saturday afternoon could be up between 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. So if you're headed towards the coastal areas of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia on Saturday, just expect the winds to be a little bit higher there than, say, a little bit further inland. Also a little bit blustery up around the northwest of New Brunswick with Edmundston and up to around Campbellton, Dalhousie, getting into some gusts of between 30 and 50. Now, low temperatures in the forecast for tonight. Cooler around the Maritimes, most of the lows down around the low to mid single digits. A few areas could even flirt with freezing for tonight, including up in the north of New Brunswick, as well as some eastern areas of Nova Scotia. Here's a look at the high temperatures in the forecast for Saturday, and mostly low to mid teens in New Brunswick. There could be some high teens in the southwestern corner of that province. Most of the high temperatures between 8 and 12 degrees for Prince Edward Island for tomorrow. And for Nova Scotia, a lot of the high temperatures between 12 and 15, except between 6 and 10 degrees in Cape Breton and around the Atlantic coastline. In the forecast for Sunday, here comes that weather front. It'll be rain developing through the day for the province of New Brunswick. Cloudier conditions for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia with some patchy drizzle and showers. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 6-year-old Logan from Middle Sackville, Nova Scotia. And Logan has sent us a drawing of a sunny beach with a surfboard. Very excited for summer. Thank you, Logan. Hope you get some surfing in. And weather watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. All right, time for a break here on CTV News at 5. But first, a preview of our next story.
I'm Josh Smith in Fox Harbour, Nova Scotia. Leafs fans may not love this one, but a Nova Scotia golf resort is inviting Toronto fans to start the season early. More on that coming up on CTV News at 5.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Hey, get decked out with Kent just in time for the warm weather.
You can win $2,000 in patio furniture and decor from Kent. Enter at move100halifax.ca.
Welcome back. So the Leaf season is winding down earlier than fans hoped, and a Nova Scotia resort is having a little fun with it. As CTV's Josh Smith shows us, Fox Harbour is inviting golfers in Toronto to hit the links with a campaign that's getting plenty of attention.
If you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, this might be tough to watch. For the first time in 10 years, the Leafs will not be in the playoffs.
You know, this was a tough year. It was a frustrating year.
Disappointment in Toronto. But at Fox Harbour, they're hoping to attract some heartbroken fans with a new ad campaign.
As soon as the hockey season's done, you know, hockey players and hockey fans typically start thinking about golf.
One billboard in Canada's largest city reads, "Don't worry, there are 18 cups waiting for you here." A not-so-subtle jab at the Leafs missing the postseason.
It was specifically to target the GTA market. We really wanted to play off end of hockey season always signals the start of the golf season.
While the campaign is all in good fun, the frustration around the season is still very real.
There is a level of anger, and there is a level of really, we pay this much money for tickets, and there was so much underachievement.
But TSN radio host Matt Cause says the Leaf fans have a thick skin.
But here's the thing, Leaf fans are dead inside. There's nothing the East Coast is going to do. There's no beautiful resort troll job that's going to impact Leaf fans as much as the work done by Kyle Dubas and Brad Treliving and Brendan Shanahan.
Local Leafs fan Darren White would welcome fans and players to Nova Scotia.
It's always been a joke. You see it all the time on your Facebook or on Instagram. You see the pictures of golf bags. There's 2 or 3 guys coming down there to golf, and they let people in. They would come from all over the Maritimes.
The campaign may be playful, but the staff at Fox Harbour say the invitation is sincere.
We've got a long legacy of having hockey players play at Fox Harbour Resort, and anytime we have the opportunity to welcome, you know, NHL players to Fox Harbour, they're always welcome.
For those who love and follow the Maple Leafs, the offseason may feel a little bit early, but here at Fox Harbour, they're calling it right on time. Josh Smith, CTV News, Fox Harbour, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Josh. I wonder how the Leafs fans are feeling about that one.
To the Leafs fans in the GTA, come here. We accept the challenge. We will make you feel better. You'll smell that ocean air. You'll hit the links. You'll enjoy some East Coast hospitality. You'll be ready for next season.
Are you working on their campaign?
I should be.
You should be. Well, you know if the weather's going to be good for golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about tomorrow?
Tomorrow does look like it would be a good day for golf. And of course, we'll talk more about the extended forecast coming up on CTV News at 6.
Okay, thank you, Kaylin. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.